Leah Lawrence.
And I'm her husband, Mitch Lawrence.
And you are listening to the Southern Spirits Podcast, where I regale my husband with Southern stories of the macabre, the creepy, and the strange.
And it's Christmas time, so I drink.
And what are you drinking on this festive occasion?
Same thing we've been having all week.
Yay.
We might change it up for the main one, but we have Guava Mango Fruited Sour, Jack Daniel's Winter Jack for the shots, and we are drinking cider again, so we have Shelter Cavern Spirits, Whiskey Not Hop Flavored Whiskey. Check out my toucan mug. I just spilled hot cider on myself. Everything's
And
fine.
I've got an Oscar the Grouch.
Yes. Oh, that's going to be hilarious to see what color that turns out to be.
It's just like a weird shade of the background, but it's fine.
Oh, God, I did put way too much whiskey in that.
Yeah, I told you to go calm, like to calm your tits on it, and you're just like,
oh, fuck.
Let me pour this in. Let me pour a little bit more in.
Leah
Yeah.
saw me pouring the whiskey not in, and she went, "You need to calm down." Well, that was a mistake.
Yeah, well.
That's the first sip I've had of it. That is not good.
I was going to say, and I love really strong, like, hot
Holy
drinks
fuck.
like that. Like, I can take a lot more whiskey in it than most people can, and I would not have put near that much
That's a
in your
lot.
drink.
Yeah, there's at least 2 shots in that mug right there.
That was too much. You did too much. You girl boss too close to the sun.
Oh, Leah, what are we doing today?
All right. Today we are going to be talking about a festive Welsh tradition that I find very interesting and fun. And yeah, let's just talk about it. It is Welsh, and I will warn you that I have listened to a lot of people on YouTube say this word, and
Oh, God.
maybe I'm saying it right. Maybe I'm not. But as far as like, and I actually went and found like actual Welsh people saying it. So hopefully they know what they're talking about. But the pronunciation that I got from YouTube was the Mari Lloyd. Yeah. So we're going to be talking about the Mari Lloyd.
I'm still recovering from
Your whiskey?
yeah, like I haven't taken any heartburn stuff today. And that hit my throat, and my whole esophagus just went, "We are not having this right now." Feel the wrath of 1,000 flames.
Do you know what you've done to us this week?
Yeah.
Fucking come on.
Steve, sit the fuck down, man. The show it's showtime. You need to be professional.
Yeah, our
Sit
cat
down.
is not very professional, but
Come
what are
on,
you going to
man.
do? All right. So, the Mary Lloyd is a tradition that is it's carried on to today, but it's really not sure exactly when the particular celebration started. It is, some people commonly think that it is a newer tradition, that it started in the early 1800s. Some people think that it goes far back and is like a remnant from pre-Christianity in the area. So
There was no pre-Christianity, Leah. You know that.
Oh, but there was,
No.
especially there. But
Yeah, only about 4,000 years of it.
yeah. Well, what are you gonna do?
Just saying.
But they, like I said, I haven't even told you what it is. So let me start with that. So the Mari Lloyd is the Mari Lloyd herself, and it is referred to as a she, is a horse skull that people have put on like a pole, and then they cover it to sort of make the body of the horse in like a white cloth of some sort, like bed sheets or something. And then they decorate this horse's skull. Modern times, a lot of the times they'll put like Christmas balls in the eye sockets.
Perfect.
You know, you could put, they put ribbons and rosettes and flowers and all sorts of shit. They tie sort of ribbons down the back of the cloth as kind of like a mane. But you know, and obviously it varies from, you know, town to town how they decorate it. But
Yeah.
for the most part, a Mary Lloyd is a horse skull on a stick being used as a puppet. So usually the jaws snap open and close. And it's, you know, just a dude covered in a sheet carrying this horse skull puppet. And then he's accompanied by a group of dudes, always dudes. And they go around, and it's basically like a singing. It's like caroling, but fun. Because it's like a drunken ruckus, and I'm here for it. So, basically, with the Mari Lloyd, you would have the ostler, so the guy who's running around, like, leading the horse. And then they have, like, a band of fellow carousers. Generally, two of them are dressed up like Punch and Judy. So if you know anything about sort of like English folk traditions, Punch and Judy shows were like little
little hand puppets.
Little hand puppets, but I mean, like, they were also just sort of archetypical characters. Judy was like a housewife that's always nagging, and Punch is, an abusive, belligerent husband, and they bicker back and forth, and it's just like a comedy pair. So they're pretty common as being the people that are coming with, them, and it's just this big thing. So it is celebrated in different times of the year. Well, not different times of the year, but like there's not a specific day that everybody does this on.
That's weird. Okay.
Sometimes people do it as a New Year's thing. So like they'll do it on New Year's Eve. Sometimes it's pre-Christmas, during Christmas, but it's generally, in the December-ish area. And the custom is just really fun, in my personal opinion. I would totally get in on this, but instead of standing around all stodgily and singing Christmas carols, these people are taking this puppet around, and they're singing with this big group, having a grand old time. And they're trying to break into local houses. And by break in, I mean it's a thing, you're playing back and forth with the people in the town, and it's a party, So they're trying to gain entry into the house where this party is being held. So Shot in the Dark.
Okay, here we go. Well, are we going to work today? There we go. All right.
So Shot in the Dark, what did the men have to do in order to gain entry and snacks at the house?
Oh, God.
Was it A, a rap battle, B, a magic trick, or C, light something on fire?
Fucking shit, I hope it's a rap battle so bad, Leah. Oh, God, I'm going with rap battle. Rap battle.
Yeah, 100% it's a rap battle.
You've been kind of sick, so I'll take this.
Okay, go ahead.
You don't have to.
So yes, in fact, it was.
I'm so happy to know it's a rap battle.
It's basically a rap battle. So the men that are in the Mari Lloyd troupe go up to the house, and like the songs differ from place to place, but they basically sing this song saying, "Hey guys, we brought the Mari Lloyd. Let us in." And the household would have to sing a verse back to them, like, "Hey, fuck you, go away, we don't want no horse skulls up in here." And they would sing back, "Prepare your finest beer, we're coming in there. Don't you want to hear us sing?" And then the people would answer back, "Fuck no, we don't want your nasty horse in our house." And it was a back and forth. And a lot of the times, they were verses that, it's like a song and a meter where you can easily make up, extra verses. Everybody would know their own versions of these songs, and people would take turns singing back and forth and back and forth. And some people would make up things on the spot, and it starts out very polite and very formal. "Can we come in? No, you may not. Can we come in? No, you may not." And then it turns into an insult battle. It's like, "Your horse has horse breath, fuck off." And it's like, "You have horse breath, fuck off."
It's like, what's that called? The dozens or something like that? When like people go back and forth with digs. And it's just like people stand around and go, "Ooh."
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
exactly what it is, but they're singing.
I think
so
I think that is called, like, street vernacular, the dozens or something along those lines. I'm gonna look that up.
I was gonna say I'm out of my depth when it comes to street vernacular. I'm sorry.
Did you say straight vernacular?
I said street vernacular. I am very congested, so I apologize. But
here it is. The dozens: to engage in an informal contest in which one trades insults with someone about each other and each other's family members, especially their mothers, typically in front of a group.
Yes, indeed. That is what is happening here.
The dozens.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. And so they go back and forth until one party doesn't have another verse to sing. And basically that determines...
It's like 8 Mile. It's like 8 Mile.
I guess. I've never seen that movie. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, yeah, it's like 8 Mile.
But anyway, usually, hopefully, the horse wins. And if the horse wins, they gain entry into this household. And what happens after the horse gains entry in the household, the horse sort of prances in and it starts snapping at the women and children that are inside. And it's a big joke, the kids go running and the horse chases them. And it's just, part of it. And the Punch and Judy characters do some skits or whatever. And part of it is that Judy goes into the kitchen and she basically sweeps out the ashes of the old fire and rebuilds a new fire. So it's kind of like almost blessing the house in a way is sort of what I've read.
Just not with olive oil?
Yeah, not with olive oil. Just with like a creepy horse skull and booze,
Yeah.
Which is much preferable in my personal opinion.
Yeah,
but,
I'd rather do that.
and so it's kind of like sweeping away the old year, bringing in the new. And also the horse, snapping around the house and chasing things out is kind of like making sure the bad juju leaves the house so that only good things can come for the next year. And it's just a really fun, interesting, like communal party event. And obviously there's been some pushback from the church over this situation, and even nowadays apparently like some of the sects of Christianity in Wales don't particularly care for it because it went out of fashion there for a little while, but it has definitely seen a resurgence in the last 20-30 years, and it's a big thing at pubs. I'm into a lot of pubs and inns will have like a Mari Lloyd night, and they take turns having these Mari Lloyd rap battles. It's just fun. I don't know. It's great. It makes me happy.
I would love to see a Welsh rap battle.
Yeah. I mean, and because there's so many like letters in Welsh words, and it's such a gorgeous language to listen to. But like, I don't know where one word starts, the other one begins. Like, I'm so bad at spelling anyway that I don't think I could ever, like, just ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really interesting and just fantastic, and it is so much better than caroling or wassailing or any of the other bullshit that is around here. Like, y'all, do you know how many times I spent caroling as a child when we could have been running around with a horse skull?
Many times.
Many times.
I never went caroling.
Okay, well, you didn't go to church, so.
I mean, I did.
Well, sure, but like
caroling.
you weren't like a devoted, like we went every year to the nursing home and we sang every year at the nursing home.
And those old people all went, I can't wait for these fucking kids to leave so that we can get back to our orgies.
Maybe not the orgy part, but I always thought as a kid when we were coming through, like, because it wasn't just then, like when we did... like we would put together skits and plays and shit like that and bring them around to local nursing homes just as entertainment. And I was just thinking, like, if I were 80 and I was sick, I would not want to be forced to sit in this communal room and listen to these children caterwaul. I would not.
I'd much rather be fucking all the old bitches in the nursing home.
Forget the sexual overtones, Mitchell. It could just be like I would rather be in my room not listening to these children, or there was a skip-bo party, or there was we were playing dominoes and this child won't shut the fuck up. Like, I always had that thought as a kid.
Oh my God, I just had the revelation.
Maybe they really enjoyed us being there, but...
I just had the revelation that in 30 to 40 years, nursing homes are going to be filled with, like, Xbox 360s and PlayStation 2s. And that's what's going to be in the community rooms. And everybody's going to be like, no, fuck you, no odd job, you son of a bitch. Yeah, nursing homes are about to get fucking real. Nobody's playing board games anymore. Come on.
And the kids are going to show up singing oldies. Just, I want it that way.
Oldies.
It's going to be great.
Leah. Anyway.
Well, I mean, there'll be oldies then. I'm happy for it.
People are going to go into nursing homes with their own gaming consoles. Like, you don't need a community area. No. Fuck that. But if I was in a nursing home, I would spend all my time in my room, though, like you're saying.
Yes. And definitely not listening to children sing terrible Christmas songs. But if you brought in a horse skull and did a rap battle, we could talk about it.
Yeah, I'd attend that. 100% I'd attend that.
Yeah.
Even as an old person, that's the only thing that could rip me away from Halo Infinite as an 80-year-old. Is that everything?
Yeah, that was everything.
Damn,
that was the Mari Lloyd, and I don't know. It's just a tradition that I wholeheartedly stand behind.
Yeah.
Welsh folks, you know how to do it. That's a great one. 10 out of 10.
And that one's not sinister, it seems.
I mean, like, they are real horse skulls, so they're creepy. And part of it, like some places, sort of in the 1800s, it was sort of a thing where they would like bury the horse skull of the Mary Lloyd for the year, and then they would like disinter it and decorate it as like a separate thing. I don't think all communities did it, but that was another part of it, and that sort of lends people to believe that the ceremony and the spiritualism sort of was from a previous era. Like I said, the whole folkloric history around this particular tradition, it's very controversial. Lots of people just don't agree as to where it came from, when it started, etc. So I can't give you definitives on any of that stuff. But like I said, it's traced back. Horses are very sacred in that particular mythology. Especially gray horses. And Mari Lloyd means, well, there's argument over that too, but they believe that it means gray mare. And gray mares were sort of a spiritual animal that could sort of go between this world and the next. And so it was like a really, symbolic spiritual animal in the first place. So like I said, it at very least connects to those sort of Celtic spiritual roots. How far back it goes, who knows? But it's a thing. It's very interesting, and like I said, way better than caroling, in my personal humble opinion.
I agree. Caroling sucks. But again, I've never gone, so I can't actually say that. I don't know that to be the truth, but it seems like it sucks.
I mean, it's just that nobody actually wants to hear people caroling. Like, maybe if they were good carolers. Like, so I've heard good carolers, like, where they all have those expensive Dickensian costumes and they, like, harmonize and shit. The only time that I ever did it was with, like, a church youth group, and we were not good at singing, so it was just sort of painful. But I was that one kid, though, that knew the lyrics to, like, all of the songs and the second and third verses. Yeah. And, like, I would just keep going, and they had to be like, Leah, one verse is fine.
Yeah. And Leah's like, no. My autism is kicking in, and I have to finish this song.
You don't understand.
I can't leave the song unfinished.
Yeah, there's a third, fourth, and fifth verse to that. Would you like to hear them? No, Leah.
Goes,
no, we would not.
No.
Absolutely not. Thank you.
Nobody cares. Just like there are multiple verses of the national anthem. Isn't that one of them that people are like...
There are lots of verses to the national anthem.
Yeah.
None of them are good.
Not even the one that we know.
No.
That one's awful.
No.
Well, all right. Well, I guess that we're done for today. This is Christmas Eve, right?
Yes, this is Christmas Eve. So everybody have a fantastic holiday season. If you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. If you don't...
Fuck you. Right, Leah?
No, I mean, like, I legitimately don't care one way or the other. Happy solstice, happy Yule, happy Hanukkah. No, that one's over already. Christmas, Kwanzaa, I don't care. Have a
Did you say solstice? The solstice was a couple days ago.
Yeah, I said that already.
Yeah, okay.
Yule
I wasn't paying attention. I was laughing.
That.
Sorry.
But yeah, I just hope it's a great Saturday for you on Saturday, and it's an awesome Friday today. So.
Yeah, we'll be eating meatballs when y'all hear this. Yeah, we will.
It's going to be great.
Every Christmas Eve, we go to Leah's brother's house for dinner, and Leah's brother is an incredible cook.
Yeah.
And he makes, I think it's pork and beef together meatballs that are like huge. They're like softball size. And then he serves them with, about baseball size. And he serves them with spaghetti. And does he make his own sauce? I can't remember.
Yeah, he makes his own sauce.
It's so fucking good,
It's really good. Yeah. I'm going to take so much heartburn medication before I go because holy 100%. Shit, that's going to be awful. But
it's so good.
It's worth it. It's amazing.
Because the meatballs are a little spicy too.
Yeah. And they're chock full of onions and spices. So it's really good. But yeah. My esophagus is already shuddering in fear, but I'm here for it.
I'm rock hard in this bunny suit thinking about it.
Gross. Well, I guess we'll leave you with that particular image. Yeah, so have a great holiday season. Don't punch your relatives. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Or do. And we will see you next time.
If you are going to punch your relatives, just record it. That's all I'm asking.
And submit it to us for content.
That's all.
We'll see ya.
Bye, y'all.